Michael Jordan comes to this All-Star game without Scottie Pippen and without Phil Jackson. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can get into his rhythm, because Anthony Hardaway is not known for passing, but more so for scoring.
Here is Michael. The head fake on Garnett. Over him into the lane with the game's first two.
So much for being sick.
Yeah, I think he's okay. He's got the bounce, he's got the skip. He's ready to put on the show here today.
The countdown at 39 early.
Guarded, by the way.
The competitive level that's happening out there.
Payton with the spin. Bryant. Kobe's first All-Star hoop.
It's amazing, Bob, when you watch Kobe Bryant practice and work on his game. That ball goes right through the middle of the hoop. There's no luck to those shots. He does have trouble finishing off the dribble, though.
1 or 2 for Shaq at the line. Jordan from the head of the key. And Malone has the rebound. Jordan takes the quick inbound pass, and his shot rattles out. Here comes Bryant ahead of the field. Reverse slam.
See, that's what I'm talking about. In an All-Star game, you want to do things that you normally wouldn't do. Kobe understands at a very young age how to entertain.
The great outlet pass started it by Shaq. A lot of centers don't outlet the ball anymore. They want to be involved in their own offense, but Shaq knows how important Kobe's electricity is to the team. Setting him, Kobe told us, he said that he learned from Earl Monroe and Tiny Archibald that patience is the ultimate key to his long-term success.
He looked a little impatient there that last trip down the floor. He's got the ball in his hands again. To Garnett. Back to Kobe!
See, that's the Kobe and Garnett. You know, two of the youngest, the superstars, keying up, eyeing each other. As they get their tempo and they get their rhythm, the game and the pace will start to quicken. Now they need to push it up the court and keep pushing it and keep pushing it.
Hill gets a piece of the pass, and Kemp comes away with it. Kemp pushing it up the floor, takes it in, dumps it off to Hill, and the reverse isn't there, but Jordan stuffs it home.
Now they got to push it up. Somebody got to get it in bounds and push it up quick. That's how you get the fans in it. You can't come down and walk it up right now.
But the big guys for the West aren't running back on defense. Everybody else, only a spectator.
Jason Williams of the Nets checks in. Jordan, baseline, got it.
Have decided not to employ any traps or any double teams.
Bryant for 3. He didn't come here to be bashful.
How much did you listen to your All-Star coaches, Isaiah?
Well, I listen to him all the time because I was young and afraid like Kobe Bryant.
Count it, plus the foul for Jordan, who now has 8 and a chance for 9.
But Michael told him, bring your A game. And if you don't bring your A game, I'm going to embarrass you. Michael, get him on the low post right here, and they give him the fake and the fade.
To be the next great player in this game, you're going to have to work as hard as Michael Jordan, but also have the myriad of skills, the outside jumper, the creativity, and the incredible athleticism that enables you to finish like Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, not only the youngest starter, but the youngest player, period, in All-Star history. He is the 3rd player to be a reserve for his team during the season, but selected to start the All-Star game. John Havlicek did it a couple of times for the Celtics, Dan Marley once for the Phoenix Suns. Lots of bench players have been voted All-Stars, but they played as reserves off the bench in the All-Star game. Only 3, Havlicek, Marley, and Kobe Bryant, have started the game after being 6th men for their teams during the season.
Yeah, he has the total package. He has a great understanding of the game, a great history and a knowledge of the game, very similar to what Michael Jordan and Grant Hill had when they came into the league. This guy can put it in, and he's got 3-point range. I hope he takes one today.
Bob, I think the 2 most overlooked All-Stars who are finally here are Smith and Nick Van Exel of the Lakers. The last couple of years, Van Exel and Rick Smith have really deserved to be here.
Kobe Bryant, first quarter 8 points to lead the West in scoring. Kobe, 19 years old. Is this everything you thought it'd be?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely enjoying myself. It's a top-notch basketball right here, so it's definitely a dream.
You're certainly not bashful. You came out firing.
I just wanted to come out and be aggressive and try to get loose and get within the flow of the game. And Kevin, we talked before the game. He said he's going to help me get loose, and he did.
How about that 360 dunk? Tell us about that one.
I just wanted to improvise and do something nice.
Now, you said you'd be nervous. You thought before the game, were you?
No. Once I stepped out there on the court, I really didn't feel as nervous, I guess, because I was at home, playing a game of basketball, and I haven't played in a couple of days, so I felt at home.
Just another game, right?
Yeah, right. Something like that.
All right, Kobe, we look forward to seeing you back in the game. Bob?
Michael, see, now you weren't feeling well when the game started, but once you got out there, you and Kobe going one-on-one, it got exciting.
Well, I mean, he's coming at me. I mean, I think that's the approach. I think he's being very, very aggressive. And, you know, if I knew someone was sick, certainly the first thing I'd do, I'd go out to someone. But, yeah, I got to defend myself. You know, I'm going to go out there. He's got to play defense just like I got to play defense.
I noticed that you woke up, though. You know, you were kind of like gliding a little bit, and then once Kobe started going at you, you came back.
I'm just trying to get my legs underneath me. I haven't been near basketball for 3 or 4 days, and I haven't been up out of bed for that long. So, I mean, I'm not trying to overdo things. And, no, but he's doing the right thing. He's coming at me, which he's supposed to. But I have to defend myself whatever way I can.
So the pride factor does count.
Oh, yeah, it counts a lot.
The king is not dead, Bob.
The thing that I like what's happening here is that the younger guys are making the older guys play. They're competing. They brought their A game. Everybody's stepping up to the challenge, and everybody wants to perform here.
In this game, they all want to show they've got a handle. Jordan left alone. That's usually not a real good idea.
And halfway between Milwaukee and Chicago, he said his dreams as a kid was just to go to Division I and be on TV every now and then. Now here he is at the ultimate game.
Kobe Bryant couldn't stop Michael Jordan, deflects the shot, and his teammate Tunkin has it. Last minute of the half. Tunkin can't finish it, but Peyton can. There's no business like NBA business. In the last 3 seconds, Peyton with the left-handed Bryant, something to take into the locker room.
I'm joined by Michael Jordan. Now, everybody is excited about this showdown between you and Kobe. Now, how do you see it the first half?
First of all, I don't consider it a showdown, but I think that, you know, we both are trying to do our job to entertain, and we're trying to play as hard and not try to isolate ourselves away from the rest of the players. So, I mean, in the mix of that, we will have our times where we go one-on-one, but I'm not going to try to do it too often because I don't want to take away from the other guys being here.
But you will not shy away from that isolation.
Oh, I will defend myself without a doubt.
All right, let's go down to Jim, who's with Kobe. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, and Bob will get the response. You're not shying away at all from Michael. You're going after him, aren't you, Kobe?
I'm just having fun. I'm having a good time. You know, Michael's a great player, one of the best players of all time. And, you know, what better way to learn the game than going at him?
But you've issued a bit of a challenge, and he's got his pride up, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, me too. And that's how you play the game. And that's how I grew up playing the game, and I'm sure he did too, and every player out here as well. So that's what makes this game interesting.
Now, there have been a couple of smiles exchanged between you two. Have there been any words?
No, not yet.
All right, Kobe. Good luck in the second half.
It was the pivotal game in the series. Gave Chicago a 3-2 lead that they took back home, and then they wrapped it up in Game 6. Here's a look back.
And Michael Jordan was absolutely spectacular, doing everything during the game. During the timeouts, he would rest, collapse, be carried to the bench by his teammates. You could see the ashen look in his face. An incredibly inspiring performance that day, as great a player as I've ever seen.
But you know, Bill, when it comes down to championship play, it's not a matter of your skill, it's a battle of your will. And Michael Jordan's will in terms of winning championship games and winning championship trophies are stronger than anyone in this league playing today. You got the one-on-one, you see everybody clears out.
It's a matter of who the fans wanted to see, like this guy, Kobe Bryant. The starters, at least, are the province of the fans. The reserves voted on by a consensus of each conference's coaches. Kobe with the bench. Jerry Reynolds, who used to coach Sacramento, now the director of player personnel, said, look, we accept it's a popularity contest. If you put Little Penny on the ballot.
Star game ever. He recorded a triple-double. So Jordan deserved the MVP.
Which he also did last year in Cleveland. The Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund.
Bob, when I talked to Michael before the game in the locker room, and I asked him about all this speculation about what's next and who's next in terms of Kobe Bryant and all the hype, he said it's okay to talk about it, but that's not something you give away. That's something that the player is going to have to go out there and earn. And he said that Kobe Bryant is a candidate, but that he's got to let his game define his existence and not just the hype and the commercials and everything else.
Some selling soda and snuck him in as an 8-year-old to see the fight.
His first All-Star game without John Stockton, and he told us Friday that he feels kind of lost. He doesn't know what to do without his partner out there, but if he gets hot, he says he wants a lot of time and he wants the ball.
MJ slithers inside Bryant, and a goaltending call on Shaquille O'Neal, but he really took the youngster to school on that exchange.
Isolated along the baseline, to back him down. You look inside, the little hitch, the step underneath, Kobe.
That's what Shaq said.
Kobe for 3.
That's where Kobe is much better than creating off his own dribble. So many of these 6'7" guys like Grant Hill who can dribble it out after their own rebound.
Bryant puts it on and then tosses it over. Now, I'm not sure if he traveled there or if he had some kind of violation, because I'm not sure I've ever seen that move before. Defense taking a holiday, especially in the last few minutes. Uncontested layups. Bryant with a 3, displaying the full range. He has the incredible hook. Jordan, who has 15, comes back into the lane, off balance, and gets the roll.
Kobe, Isaiah Thomas and Bill Walton have seen an awful lot of basketball. They said they've never seen a player move like that. Where'd you learn that one?
Just really just playing on the playgrounds in Philadelphia. When I came back from Europe, I picked up a few tricks here and there.
Now, how much did you practice that for this game specifically?
Not much. So I get in this game, I just basically try to play off the instincts.
Now, come on. You had to practice that a little bit. You told me you had a little something special. Was that it?
No, not yet.
Not yet. You got something else in there, huh?
If I get the opportunity to, I will, yeah.
18 points. You think an MVP at all if you can come back?
Oh, no, I don't know. I'm just out there playing.
All right, Kobe, we look forward to the next trick, Bob.
Kobe Bryant from Philadelphia. The All-Star game is there next year, and he has said that his goal was to make the All-Star team in his 3rd year so he could play in Philly. He jumped it by a year, and it's obvious that he belongs.
Well, it's amazing the things that the young guys coming into the league are thinking about in their minds. I never would imagine that a player would ever try a move like that. When Kobe talked about being over in Europe and learning that move when he came back, it's interesting that Kobe speaks 3 languages. He speaks fluent Italian and French, and he also scored 1,100 on his SAT and is still continuing his college education while he's a professional basketball player. Magic, myself, Michael Jordan, all of us, when we came into the league, we understood how to win championships, how to play basketball, but Kobe at a very young age understands the entertainment of basketball and understands how to get on the stage and entertain and perform.
The 2 best that I ever saw at 19 were Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when he was a youngster at UCLA, and then Sabonis, now the center for the Portland Trail Blazers. When he was a 19-year-old player before the injuries and before he put on the weight, he was a 7'3" Larry Bird who could do everything.
But did he understand how to bring the fans into the game and how to make them say ooh and ah?
He didn't have to. Situation so bizarre because they all want him back, and the people in Chicago love him.
And Jordan nails a 3 for emphasis as we discuss the situation.
Yeah, and the guys that you talked about, though, they're not at the level that Michael Jordan is and Magic Johnson. Joe and I looked at each other and said, you know, I think we're getting a little too old for this stuff now.
Jordan spins into the lane. The up and under is there for him. A while ago, the East went on a 12-0 run to up their advantage to 119-96, but the score doesn't eliminate Kobe Bryant as an MVP candidate, that's for sure. There's some history. There have been 3 MVPs off losing teams. Bob Pettit of the Hawks in 1958, Dr. J in 1977, Magic Johnson in 1990.
And it was because he stopped working out off the court. He played for Larry Bird as a coach, and I asked Michael what his favorite memory of Larry Bird was. And he went back to the 63-point game in the 86 playoffs, got Michael guarding him in the low post, and Larry just eyes lit up, and he said, I got a little one down here.
But what the young guys should do is take advice from the older guys.
Kobe over to congratulate Michael. He's looking for him. There they are. And this may be as close to a torch passing as we'll see. There's always the possibility that the Lakers and Bulls could be in the finals.
Well, Kobe, you didn't get back in the game the last 18 minutes. George Karl iced you a little bit. Were you disappointed?
No, not really. I just like to come out here and have some fun. I had my fun, and I was able to rest a little bit.
Now, this, Eric, this experience, how much fun was it for you?
It was incredible. It was incredible. I mean, I was matched up with Mike, and we had a chance to go head-to-head a little bit. It was incredible.
Now, Michael Jordan has indicated that this might be his last year. How big of a disappointment would that be for you, and how much more can you learn from him?
Well, you can never stop learning. And, Mike, every time I play against Mike, I learn something new. Disappointed, I don't know, because without him, I wouldn't be here right now. So.
What'd you learn tonight? What was the new thing you learned from him tonight?
Well, I can't tell you that. I got to keep all that to myself. For all the future basketball players out there or coming out of high school, can't give up my secrets.
You embraced each other. Did he say anything to you? And has the torch kind of been passed tonight?
I don't know. I think we just, went out, played hard, competed a little bit. They say keep up the hard work.
Now, Magic Johnson said that they want to bring you along slowly, and Del Harris has tried to do that. Did that task just become a little bit more difficult after today's game?
I don't know. I hope so.
Congratulations to you, Kobe.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you many more years.
We love you, and congratulations.
All right, Michael, knowing how much you love playing here in New York, this has to be special for you to win it here in New York.
It is special. I've had some great games here. The fans have always treated me with the utmost respect. I think to come back here and play in front of the fans here means a lot. This is basketball Mecca, and I've enjoyed playing here, and I look forward to hopefully coming back one day.
Oh, was that a hedge? So for all the fans here, and I'm sure all the fans at home, don't leave. Come on back and play again.
Well, I will. I don't have a problem coming back. Honorary, I don't have a problem.
All right, congratulations, Michael. All right, let's go over to you, Bob.
Well, just in case you missed that word, he's not committing to anything because he said honorary. I don't have a problem.